Have you ever wondered how faith can transform your life? In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, faith acts as an anchor, grounding us in something greater than ourselves. It's a belief, a trust, a conviction that there is a higher power, a divine entity that's looking out for us, guiding us along our journey. Faith, my friends, is not just an abstract concept. It's a potent force, a catalyst for change, capable of moving mountains. Perhaps you've heard of that saying from the book of Matthew chapter 17 verse 20. It says, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Imagine that, a mustard seed. It's one of the smallest seeds out there. Yet when it's planted, it grows into a large tree. That's the power of faith. It starts small, but it can grow, expand, and transform your life in ways you never dreamed possible. Faith, in essence, is about trust. It's about trusting that there is a plan for you, that you're not alone in this vast universe, that there is a purpose and a meaning to your life. It's about believing in something greater, something beyond our limited human understanding. And it's not just about believing, it's about living it. It's about letting that faith guide your actions, letting it shape your decisions, letting it influence your interactions with others. Because faith, when truly embraced, changes not just how you see the world, but how you exist in it. So, why is faith so powerful? Because it's transformative. It's a force that can change your perspective, shift your mindset, and ultimately, alter your life's trajectory. It's a force that can instill hope, provide comfort, and give strength in times of adversity. So faith, as small as a mustard seed, can bring about significant changes in our lives. It's not the size of your faith that matters, but the depth of it, the sincerity of it, the authenticity of it. That's the true power of faith. That's the question of faith. What does it mean when we talk about God's promises? Well, to fully grasp this concept, let's first understand that God's promises are not like human promises. Human promises can be broken, but God's promises stand firm and unchanging, a testament to His eternal love for us. They are His divine assurances, His sacred vows that He will always uphold. In the grand tapestry of life, God's promises are the golden threads that weave hope and certainty into our existence. They are His way of communicating to us that He is not only aware of our struggles and fears, but also committed to guiding us through them. They serve as a beacon of light in the darkest of our nights, a comforting whisper in the tumultuous storms of our lives. One of the most profound examples of God's promises can be found in the scripture from Joshua 1 verse 9. Here God speaks directly to Joshua saying, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This promise, while given specifically to Joshua, extends to all of us. It is a promise of courage and strength. It is God assuring us that no matter how daunting our circumstances may be, we are not alone. He is there with us, granting us the courage to face our fears and the strength to overcome our challenges. So, when we talk about God's promises, we are talking about His unwavering commitment to us. We are talking about His pledge to love us, to guide us, to comfort us, and to be with us, always. It is through understanding God's promises that we can truly appreciate the depth of His love for us. And it is by standing firm in these promises that we can face life with courage, strength, and unwavering faith. Indeed, God's promises are His way of assuring us that He is always with us. But where does Jesus fit into all of this, you may ask? Well, let's dive right in. Jesus isn't just a figurehead in the Christian faith, He's the cornerstone. His life, death, and resurrection are the very pillars upon which our faith rests. He's not just a part of the story, He is the story. And in His story, we find the strength to face our own narratives, no matter how challenging they might be. Consider the scripture from the book of John chapter 16 verse 33. Jesus says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." This isn't just a comforting verse, it's a promise, a declaration of victory. Jesus is assuring us that despite the tribulations we face in this world, we can remain steadfast, knowing that He has already emerged victorious. Picture this, Jesus, knowing the pain and suffering that lay ahead of Him, still chose to walk the path that led to our salvation. He faced the greatest trial anyone could ever face and came out triumphant. This is the strength we find in Jesus. It's not just about physical might or resilience, but the courage to face adversity head-on. and the peace of knowing that no matter the outcome, victory is assured. So what does this mean for us? It means that when we feel weak, we can lean on Jesus' strength. When we feel defeated, we can remember his victory. When we face trials, we can do so with the confidence of someone who knows the end of the story, that Jesus has already won. The strength in Jesus isn't just something we admire from afar, it's something we can tap into, something we can embody in our own lives. It's a strength that doesn't just help us endure, but enables us to overcome. It's a strength that transforms us from mere spectators to active participants in the story of our faith. In Jesus, we find the strength to conquer all of life's challenges. And that, my friends, is the power and promise of faith in Jesus. How can we live out God's promises in our daily lives? This is a question you might have asked yourself in your journey of faith. It's one thing to understand and believe in God's promises, and it's another to live them out in our daily lives. Let's explore some practical ways we can do this. First and foremost, we need to believe in God's promises. This might seem obvious, but it's easy to forget in the hustle and bustle of our everyday lives. When we wake up each morning, let's remind ourselves of these promises, reading and meditating on scriptures like Romans 8:28, which assures us that God works for the good of those who love him. Next, let's actively seek God's guidance in our decisions. This doesn't mean we have to pray about every little thing, but rather that we should seek his wisdom in the important decisions we make. We should also strive to follow his commandments and live a life that is pleasing to him. Third, we need to trust in God's timing. God's promises may not always be fulfilled in the way or at the time we expect. Remember, his ways are higher than ours. Sometimes we need to wait patiently, trusting that he is working everything out for our good. And finally, we need to share God's promises with others. This doesn't necessarily mean preaching on street corners. It can be as simple as sharing a comforting Bible verse with a friend in need or showing God's love through our actions. Living out God's promises is not always easy. It requires faith, patience, and perseverance. But the rewards are immense. As we walk in faith, we experience a deep sense of peace and joy that comes from knowing we are loved and cared for by the Creator of the universe. So let's strive to live out God's promises each day. Let's believe in his word, seek his guidance, trust his timing, and share his love with others. Living out God's promises means trusting that he is working everything out for our good. Let's hold on to this truth and live a life that glorifies him. So what happens when we truly embrace faith? When we wholeheartedly accept faith, we unlock a powerful force that has the potential to transform our lives. Faith, in its purest form, is more than just belief. It's a profound confidence, an unwavering trust, and a steadfast assurance in what we cannot see. Consider this. The scripture from Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. That's a powerful statement, isn't it? It tells us that faith isn't just about believing in what we can see or touch. It's about having confidence in the unseen, the intangible, the yet to come. So, how does this faith transform our lives? Well, it empowers us. It gives us the strength to overcome obstacles, the courage to face our fears, and the hope to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Faith is like a light in the dark, guiding us when we can't see the way. It's like a compass, pointing us in the right direction when we feel lost. It's a source of comfort, providing us with the assurance that, no matter what we're going through, we're not alone. Moreover, faith opens doors. It opens doors to possibilities, opportunities, and blessings that we may not have even imagined. It allows us to see beyond our current circumstances, to envision a brighter future, and to work towards making that vision a reality. Faith also fuels perseverance. It gives us the tenacity to keep going, to keep striving, to keep believing, even when the odds are against us. It's the drive that pushes us to never give up, to never lose hope, to never stop believing in the promises of a brighter tomorrow. In essence, faith is a transformative power. It changes the way we think, the way we act, and the way we live. It fills us with a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, and a sense of peace that surpasses all understanding. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction